Alright, today we're going to change valve cover gaskets on a 2006 fx45. I started the process already. I actually started to remove the harness. So let me just get the harness out of the way. So as you can see, the cover is already off, as you can see. Basically, you're going to unplug. I'm going to start on, this is actually the passenger side you'll start with. You unplug the harness, trail it back to the coil packs all the way through. There are a total of about 12 bolts that holds down the valve cover. Some bolts are around the edges. There's one here, here. There's one behind here. One is here in the back. If you get this harness out of the way, you can just push it back. There's one there. There's one all the way in the corner. And there's a nice friend all the way in the corner at the bottom. As you wrap around, you can see the rest of the screws there. Now the one in the back is really the tricky one. In order to actually get to that one, you actually have to remove the battery. Let me grab, there's a little grommet back here. Let me just get something to plug that out and show it to you. Alright, so there's the grommet at the bottom. Get it stuck up here. You can just take a screwdriver or anything and actually see if you can see what I'm doing. So just pop this out. There we go. So if you look through, that's the screw on the back of the valve cover. The only way to actually get it out is coming through by the battery. So once you take that out, that's the hardest and most complicated one. You just remove this hose off of the, all you gotta do is just pull this hose back. You can leave that on there and then just pop the screws out. You want to take off the coil packs and take the coil packs out and just take the valve cover up. That's the passenger side. That's the driver's side. I started to do the same. Basically, I already started to do this out. Same concept. You know, you got to take off your air 4 meter box right here. The harness, I just as I unplugged it from the coil packs, I just tied the harness up, put it up back here. Same concept. Screws all the way around. There's a hose that actually leads from here into this valve cover. So just the air hose that wraps around, join the two of them together. Just remove that hose. The difference is on this side, there are actually two holes. Let me see if I can show you the two holes. So those will get you to the screws. Let me get some light. So I can show you. So in the back, you can see the screws. There's one screw there, and the other one is all the way at the bottom. As you can see, there's two holes. Let me show you where those two holes are. The two holes on the inside, right onto the water bottle, right on the brake line. So all you need is a long extension cord. A long extension with a 10. Basically, you just run it from this side straight through and take those two screws out. That's basically the tricky part of it. Other than that, is relatively simple. It's just getting to those two in the back. Took me a little while to figure it out, but I thought I'll share for anybody that has an fx45. That's how you'll actually get out the back ones. And again, it's pretty simple once you get those two out and you have the harness up this way. Once you take the valve cover off, you just pull it up, and that's all she wrote. Plain and simple. And just remember to put some silicone. I actually use the right stuff, the black silicone. Once you take it out, you just put in the corners. As you can see, I already sealed this one back already. Put the silicone in the corners underneath on both sides. On the driver's side, you have to put it at the front and also in the back, because they have a different ridge in the back similar to the one in the front. The passenger side You actually only need the silicone on the front. The back is a straight flush. Let me see if I can show it to you. The back is just straight, flush, straight across. Don't have the extra curve, no extra peaks like this one. The other side has a double peak in the front and in the back. All right, and that's it. Everything else you just plug back up and you're good to go. I would highly recommend changing your breather hoses the same time while you're in here, because more than likely they will crystallize when you try to put them back on. But I would just change your PCV valve the same time you're already doing it. Change the hose going to the PCV valve. And I did the spark plugs the same time. It's a one-shot deal, no intentions, plan to come back. The only thing I have to do now is just clean this throttle body out. And that's it. Hope that helps. For anybody with an fx45, this would actually go from 2003 to 2008. Rich out.